G'day. Thanks for joining us again. Thanks for clicking on that link. Today we're going to the same location where we dropped the bull, a big buffalo bull with a 12 gauge about 3 weeks ago. We've got to go and collect the camera and see what's on it. It's about 5 o'clock now and we've just left work. It's been a very rainy day, so the road's quite wet. I'm expecting the countryside to be nice and quiet. So we're going to rip into our where we leave the vehicle, then we'll leg it in, hopefully get into the carcass while there's enough shooting light, and if there's any pigs in there then we'll go and ventilate a couple of those if possible. If not, we'll just collect the camera, then we'll come back to town or back to the community and we'll download what's on there and hopefully get some good images of some great pigs. Anyway, without any further ado, we'll kill a few meters and I'll bring you back when we leave the car. Bit like Jurassic Park, isn't it? Got 5 of them 500 grainers there. The rest are all those 760s. Anyway, we're trying something different today. I'm going to put you down here. See whether water, blade, torch 1, torch 2, first aid kit. We'll see whether the whether it positions you better with less head shake. Anyway, there's only one way to find out. Let's give it a crack. GP again. Really like that old gun. Anyway, let's go. We have 960 meters. 960 meters that way to go. Does it feel like deja vu to you? It does to me. Wow, look how much taller this grass is. A lot more grass. And these gum slash eucalypt things, the size of that leaf, they're quite stiff. They're like cardboard. They don't smell really strong of eucalyptus. Oh yes, it does. Give it a good crush. It smells very strong of eucalyptus. Wow. I believe this is one of the acacias. But how cool is this, right? That thing there is a pod for a single seed. It protects it through fires. It's got all this insulation around it. And then once all the fires are done and the seed pod dries out, the join around here breaks and it goes pop, and it pops open and the seed drops out ready to germinate. I find it quite fascinating, the methods that nature uses to ensure its species continues, even in the plant world. It's super cool. This is a fresh pig dig. When I say fresh, I mean, you know, a couple of days. I'm not saying right now. Looking for roots and tubers. There's a yam, a particular yam that they like to eat. Not only them, but the indigenous around here, they like this yam too. But as the water, or as the rain comes and softens all of these hillsides, they'll leave the swamps. They'll come up here and they'll forage up here while the soil is damp. This nest here is it's a bird nest inside of an ant nest. That's your merops, your bee eaters. They'll come and hollow it out deep inside. They have a nest in there and makes it hard for predators to find them. It's excellent to keep cats away. Mind you, there's no shortage of merops out here. But literally, they maraud in flocks. Water to the carcass. There's the skull. This is where it laid. Somewhere here. I'll come back with the metal detector next trip. Well, wallow, or a bed, pig's bed just here. All through here, look at the digs. There's a hoof. Smells a bit funky. Alright. Well, we might have a look around and see if we can find anything exciting. I had the horns up on that ant mound just there. And here it is here, the skull. Let's have a look. Oh. There we go. Wow, that there is the second to last shot. It penetrated and it killed. The shot before that was a little bit low, and you can see where it's chipped that bone right there. But it did not penetrate the skull. Wow. Obviously, that one there, that was the final shot, and that was the day before. The angle of that, if that was a 308 with a solid projectile, like a good projectile, 45-70, 300 Win Mag, would have been a dead animal shot one. That's pretty cool. Wonder what happened to the horns. There's one. There's the other. Cool. Neither of those are big fellas, but I want to keep them because one of them's got that bullet that went through the tree and then lodged in the horn. Man, it's hot, eh? Proper hot here. Shoulder blade. Where's the camera? The camera's over here. There's the camera. Looks like it's aimed in the right spot. Down into there. Oh well. We got here before dark. We were able to find the main components. So 2 of those slugs will be inside that head. I can hear them rattling, I think, when I tip it around. I'll leave it out here for another week or 2. I'm pretty sure you can imagine how excellent this smells. Anyway, I'm going to wait here until it is dead dark, because I would be very surprised if a piggy didn't rock up. These are mechanics nitrile gloves. Very tough. Still a pain in the posterior to put on when you're sweaty. Apparently there's a trick to doing this. Might have to learn that one day. There we go. That's a lump of lead. There's another one in there. Was that in the sinus? That should have hit the brain. Look at the hole. Straight in, down in through there. Can you see that? That's the brain right in there. I'm not going to smash it up, but I'll put it back up here. It should be less, what do you call it, attractive to the porkers now. So there's one of the slugs. There's another. There's that slug, and either that slug or that slug still in there. That's the that's where that bullet went in after it hit the tree. Cool. So we'll have another look over here to see whether any other slugs on the ground. Just tell me if you see one. If you see one here and point it out and I don't find it, I'll come back and get it. It'll look something like that. But it could be anywhere between here and where we found the horns. My guess is the rope that I tied to that skull got caught on another buffalo or another critter, dragged off the ant's nest. Then that's where they pulled one of the horns off and did a bit of consumption, and then something has dragged it from there to here. So the other slug, if there's any missing, I reckon will either be between here, there, and a line to there. So there has to be a slug somewhere here, which was that one there, and if the meat fell off before that fell off, that slug should be here. As long as I remember that big Melaleuca tree, when I come back with a metal detector, I'll sweep all this country. Right, well, I've got work to do. I'll wrap this bullet up in that glove. I'll put that in the pack. I'll put this glove also in that pack somewhere. That's the face skin, I think. I think it's the face skin. Yeah, it's the chin. They're a paddle, aren't they? Alright. Alright, she turned herself off. There's nearly 800 videos in there. So that's very cool. Alright, I got you back onto the chest now. Been a while since I used this old ammo belt. He's certainly been on a few hunts. But either it's shrunk or my waist has gotten bigger. But you and me both know it's not my waist. Can't be. Cane toad. How cool is that? Can you see that? The cane toad's been stomped on. So one of the things the cane toads do is they'll hang around these carcasses and they will just gobble maggots. Like, they will just be so bloated they can hardly hop and they will be filled with maggots. But the crows, kookaburras, butcher birds, those sort of things, they've learnt that if they flip them on their back and eat them from the belly down, they avoid the poison sacs. And if they avoid the poison sacs, well then they don't die. And so some of these birds now are able to consume cane toads, which is bloody excellent. I just wish they'd eat more. Still looking for that slug. Let's go over the other side where we shot the bull from. Must be a buffalo hanging around, because there's a fresh turd right there. We're not shooting buffalo tonight. We are not. No. Well, maybe. Probably not. Probably not. I am hungry though. There looks like there's fish in here. Can you hear all the frogs? Like, they are loud. Wow. I wonder if we can find one. I cannot see him. It's loud, like loud. Loud as 10 loud things. Play the sound. Alright, I'm going to do that. I'm going to record this sound and then see if I can find out what it is. And if I do, it'll be on the bottom right here. I've just put up a couple of kangaroos out here. Scare the crap out of me, usually because they're right beside you before they decide to do a runner. Righto, we're on our way home now. Let's go see what's on that game camera, see if there's any gems.